Will the Senate please come to order? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Aquino. Senator Awa.
Here.
Senator Chang. Senator DeCoit. Senator DeCourt.
Here.
Senator Dela Cruz. Senator Elefante.
Here.
Senator Favela. Senator Fukunaga. Senator Gabbard. Senator Hashimoto. Senator Ihara.
Present.
Senator Inoue.
Present.
Senator Kanuha. Senator Keoho Kalole. Senator Kidani. Senator Kim. Senator Lee. Senator McKelvey. Senator Moriwaki.
Present.
Senator Rhodes. Senator Richards.
Here.
Senator San Buenaventura. Senator Wakai. Mr. President,
Present.
all 25 members are present.
Thank you. The chair has read the journal of the preceding day and approves the same. Are there any introductions this morning? Senator San Buenaventura, then Senator Keoho Kalole.
Thank you very much. I would like to introduce my staff for this session. Could you please stand? Luis Lopez, who you have just heard, Juliet Begley, who's been here before during Cayetano's era, Amelia Dudley, and of course, John Honda, who's been with me since I was in the House. Thank you very much and welcome to the Senate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Joining us kind of spread all over the gallery this morning are members of the Hawaii Building and Construction Trades Council, which represent over 30,000 unionized state workers, workers in the trades in the state of Hawaii, not state workers, private tradesmen from a number of the different unions. When we get the entirety of the names of the representatives, I'd like to request that we enter them into the journal, but there are some members that I can see that we can recognize. The Executive Director, Gino Sequena. We have, can all the members stand up? We have George Paris from the Ironworkers, Peter Iriarte, and Jeff Ornelas from the Masons and Bricklayers, Leroy Cincio. Please welcome them.
Senator Elefante, then Senator Kanuha.
Thank you, Mr. President. In the gallery today are members from the Nisei Veterans Legacy 100th Infantry Battalion Veterans Organization, 442nd Regimental Combat Team Veterans Club, sons and daughters of the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, and the Hawaii Coalition for Civil Rights. I first want to just acknowledge, on a point of personal privilege with this introduction, are the senators from Kaneohe, Makiki Punch Bowl, Chinatown Downtown, Salt Lake, and Waianae for their support. We thank these following individuals for their efforts in service to our country, and a special thank you for their efforts in advocating to pass Senate Concurrent Resolution 24 last week. When I call your group or name, please stand to be recognized, and members in the general public, if you could please hold your applause until all names are called. First, we have Barnes Yamashita, President, Nisei Veterans Legacy. We have Kathy Hayashi, President, 100th Infantry Battalion Veterans Organization, and also a group of folks who are here. And I also want to acknowledge Ways and Means staffer Amy Wakai, whose grandfather, Albert Matsumoto, also fought in the 100th Infantry Battalion. We also have Susan Morishige, my constituent, whose father was Toshi, who was a medic. Then we also have Karo Okimura, President, 442nd Regimental Combat Team Veterans Club, and others, if you could please stand. Wayne Kuwata, President, sons and daughters of the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, and others who are here. Then we also have Dr. Takashi Manago, veteran, 442nd Regimental Combat Team, 100th Infantry Battalion. A Company, Dr. Manago is one of the oldest living veterans of the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, 100th Infantry Battalion. He is 101 years old. Dr. Manago, if you can raise your hand. Shaka. After basic training at Camp Hood, Texas, Dr. Manago was deployed to Italy, where he was assigned to bring injured soldiers back to safety from the front lines under the cover of night. Even after the war ended in 1945, Dr. Manago re-enlisted and continued to serve in Florence, Italy until he was discharged in 1948. After the war, Dr. Manago returned to the U.S. and established a successful dental practice in Honolulu. Let's give a round of applause to those individuals that were just acknowledged. And Mr. President, if you don't mind, the rest of the introductions is with the senator from Punchbowl Makiki.
Senator Fukunaga, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd also like to ask the members of the various organizations to stand and be recognized, as we also recognize Bill Kaneko from the Hawaii Coalition for Civil Rights and Mariko Miho. You know, after all of the things that these sons and daughters and families experienced in World War II, most of us hope that we would never again see the kinds of challenges that we are facing today. So the battle is not yet over, and we want to thank all of them, their families, and the Hawaii Coalition for your hard work in helping propel us forward as we fight discrimination and other forms of disabilities in the coming months. Thank you. Please stand and be recognized.
Thank you. Senator Kanuha.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, up in the gallery, we have some of the hardest working staff here early in the morning, late at night, making this operation flow as smoothly as possible. From our SMA team, if you could stand and be recognized when I call your name, members, if you could hold your applause until I introduce everybody. For the researchers and their assigned committees, we have Frederick Akau, Health and Human Services, Blake Anderson, Judiciary, Finley Brake, Labor and Technology and Government Affairs, and I apologize if I get your last name wrong too. Finley, or I said Finley already, Noah Hulk, Higher Education, Water and Land, Jane Lee, Consumer Protection, Elizabeth Kaur, Agriculture and Environment and Energy and Intergovernmental Affairs, Casey Manabe, Education and Housing, Maggie McGarry, Economic Development and Transportation and Culture and the Arts, Jasmine Pontilas Dave, Hawaiian Affairs and Public Safety and Military Affairs. We also have from the clerical staff, J.C. Balisakan, Reiko Nomura, Le Sison, and Yamane. Faye Yasutake, Office Manager, will not be present in the gallery. And reviewers, we have Amanda Fife, Yuko Funaki, Effie Steiger, and our fearless leader, Janine Jones. Thank you for being here in the gallery, and mahalo for all your hard work.
Thank you. Senator Aquino.
Thank you, Senate President. I also see in the gallery a civil rights legend, Dr. Amy Agbayani. If you could please stand to be recognized. And also, Mr. President, one more introduction. We have a Workforce Development Council member, Karimia Shiro. Please stand to be recognized.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Further introductions? If not, Madam Clerk.
Beginning on page 2, House Communication numbers 754, 755, 757, and 781 informs the Senate that the House has appointed conferees to various bills. House Communication 756 informs the Senate that the House made changes to the conferee assignments for various bills. House Communication numbers 758 to 760 inform the Senate that the House has reconsidered its action in disagreeing to the amendments made by the Senate to various House bills. And House Communication numbers 761 to 770 return various Senate concurrent resolutions that were adopted in the House unamended.
Filed.
On pages 27 to 30, House Communication numbers 771 to 780 return various Senate concurrent resolutions that were adopted in the House in an amended form for agree-disagree.
Senator Wakai.
Mr. President, I move that the Senate disagree to the amendments proposed by the House to various Senate concurrent resolutions referenced in House Communications numbers 771 to 780.
Senator Decourt.
Mr. President, I second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Any objections? If not, the motion is carried. Conferees may be named at a later date.
Beginning on page 34, Standing Committee Report number 1945 to 1963 for one-day notice.
So ordered.
On page 40, Advise and Consent.
If there are no objections from the members, we will be taking advice and consent on consent.
Standing Committee Report numbers 1938 and 1939 on Governor's Messages for adoption.
Is there any discussion? If not, do we have unanimous consent? Any reservations? Any no votes?
25 ayes.
The nominees for said governor's messages have been confirmed.
Beginning on page 40, Adoption of Resolutions. On pages 40 to 43, Standing Committee Report numbers 1931 to 1937 and 1941 to 1944 on House Concurrent Resolutions for adoption.
Senator Wakai.
Mr. President, I move for the adoption of said Standing Committee Reports and House concurrent resolutions.
Senator Decourt.
Mr. President, I second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Any objections? If not, the motion is carried. Senator Awad, you have a no vote?
Mahalo Pelikakana, please mark down my no votes to SSCR 1931, HCR 70 HD1, and SSCR 1934, HCR 119 HD1 SD1. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other no votes? Senator Decourt.
Senate President, if you could also mark my no votes for SSCR 1931, HCR 70, HD1.
So noted. Any other no votes? If not, with only those no votes, the measures have passed, and said resolutions have been adopted.
On page 44, Final Reading.
If there are no objections, we'll be taking final reading on consent.
Final reading of Senate Bill 116, House Draft 1, relating to discrimination.
Is there any discussion? If not, do we have unanimous consent? Any reservations? Any no votes? No vote for Senators Awa and Decourt.
23 ayes, 2 noes.
Thank you. SB 116 HD1 passes final reading.
Final reading of Senate Bill 946, House Draft 3, relating to wastewater management.
Is there any discussion? If not, do we have unanimous consent? Any reservations? Any no votes? No votes, Senators Awa and Decourt.
23 ayes, 2 noes.
Thank you. SB 946 HD3 passes final reading.
Referrals and re-referrals.
Referrals and re-referrals are made in accordance with the supplemental orders of the day that may be filed later today.
No further business, Mr.
Are
President.
there any announcements today? If not, Senator Wakai.
Mr. President, I move that the Senate stand adjourned until 11:30 a.m. tomorrow.
Senator Decourt.
Mr. President, I second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded. If there are no objections, the Senate will stand adjourned until 11:30 a.m. tomorrow.